Today on The Nick DeLeon Show. The U.S. Secretary of Homeland Security, Jay Johnson, has urged people to be vigilant following a terrorist threat to Western shopping centers. Krispy Kreme in the UK posted a very unfortunate promotional image on their Facebook page this week. A man named Brandon Scott Wolf has found a way to increase the odds in his favor. He's created DateBrandonScottWolf.com. After originally expecting to arrive later in the way, Rodriguez threw fans a swerve by showing up Monday afternoon for a physical. Hey, this is the Nick DeLeon Show. We have all kinds of stuff to discuss on today's program. Don't you even think about clicking that mouse anywhere else, so stay tuned.
What are you waiting for?
The U.S. Secretary of Homeland Security, Jay Johnson, has urged people to be vigilant following a terrorist threat to Western shopping centers, including one of America's largest malls. He said he took the threat by a Somali-based group, al-Shabab, seriously. In a video, the group urged followers to carry out attacks on shopping centers in the U.S., Canada, and the UK. Al-Shabab was responsible for the 2013 attack on the Westgate shopping mall in Nairobi, Kenya, that killed 67 people. Johnson told CNN that the threat was part of a new phase of terrorism, which attacks would increasingly come from independent actors in their homelands. Anytime a terrorist organization calls for an attack on a specific place, we've got to take that seriously, he said. But Johnson added that he was not advising people not to go to the malls named by the militants. In the video, a man with a British-sounding accent and a full face calls on supporters of al-Shabab to attack American or Jewish-owned Western shopping centers. He specifically mentions Minnesota's Mall of America, the second largest U.S. shopping center, and Canada's West Edmonton Mall, as well as London's Oxford Street and the UK capital's two Westfield shopping centers. Coordinates for the various targets were listed on the screen as they were described. The BBC's Naomi Grimley in Washington says it's possible that the video was part of a rivalry between al-Shabab, which was linked to al-Qaeda, and ISIS, which has dominated media coverage in recent times. In other news is that the United States named its first international envoy for gay rights Monday, tasking a veteran diplomat with the leading U.S. efforts to fight violence and discrimination against LGBT individuals overseas. Randy Berry, currently the Consul General of the Netherlands, will promote human rights for lesbian, gay, bisexual, and transgender individuals, Secretary of State John Kerry said. A longtime Foreign Service officer, Berry has served at U.S. posts in Bangladesh, Egypt, Uganda, and South Africa, and speaks Spanish and Arabic. The State Department has said it planned to appoint an openly gay diplomat to the post. Long in the works, Berry's appointment as a special envoy is the latest move by the Obama administration to make LGBT rights a prominent part of its human rights efforts around the world. In 2011, the former Secretary of State Hillary Clinton has declared during a speech in Geneva that gay rights are human rights, and human rights are gay rights. And earlier this year, the White House for the first time included human rights protection for LGBTQ people in this formal national security agency. The announcement also comes amid a heightened public focus on transgender rights. Ash Carter, on his first overseas trip as his defense secretary, suggested he was open to allowing transgender people to serve openly in the U.S. military. White House spokesperson John Earnest said Monday that President Obama welcomed Carter's comments and agrees that all Americans qualified for military service should be able to serve. In juxtapositioning news, not all rednecks are stupid or homophobic. Recently, the state of Alabama's ban on same-sex marriage has been overturned in the courts. Jeremy Attaway, a reporter from Redneck News in Blount County, Alabama, shows the United States that not all in Dixie are hateful bigots. Attaway is here for his report. How is it like down there, Jeremy?
Good afternoon. This is Jeremy Attaway reporting live from Blount County. I read on the news today some information that homosexuals will be getting married in the state of Alabama today. And so I wanted to give you a live report from Blount County. All right. This pile of brush is still here. And there are no homosexuals laying on top of it doing homosexual things. None in the shed either. But we've got to check into this further. All right, we're back here at my pile of junk, and it's still here. No homosexuals laying around doing homosexual things back here, and so it looks like we're pretty safe here in Blount County, and we're not going to be subjected to any kind of plagues of homosexuals falling from the sky. So that's the report here from Blount County. Everything's pretty much still the same. Although I did see 2 squirrels earlier that were kind of suspect. So we should look into that further because it may be spread into the squirrel population. This is JT Attaway reporting for Redneck News.
Thanks for the report, Jeremy. So it looks like we'll be going to f***ed up news earlier than we thought. You'll figure out why real soon. Do you enjoy your donuts with a nice cold glass of white power? Krispy Kreme in the UK posted a very unfortunate promotional image on their Facebook page this week, which has since been taken down. Alongside some less controversial activities like Fun Day Monday, Balloon Madness, and Face Painting Thursday sits KKK Wednesday. The event was scheduled for February 18th and runs from 12 to 5 p.m., so 5 hours of hate-filled donut revelry. KKK actually is intended to stand for Krispy Kreme Club, but to most people this connotates white hoods and cross-burning. The company has apologized for the mishap in a statement. Krispy Kreme apologizes unreservedly for the inappropriate name of a customer promotion at one of our stores. We are truly sorry for any offense this completely unintentional oversight may have caused. All material, both online and in the store, has been withdrawn, and steps are being taken to ensure that greater precautions are taken with publicity materials in the future. They added that the event was designed to attract customers into the shop to decorate donuts using their Crispy Creation Station product, and not as a casual Ku Klux Klan meetup with glazed refreshments. Finding love online can be difficult when you are just one of millions actively seeking a partner. Story of my life. A man named Brandon Scott Wolf has found a way to increase the odds in his favor. He's created DateBrandonScottWolf.com, a dating site where he's the only dating option. The website claims to be America's #1 online dating site for Brandon Scott Wolf. Women interested in dating the 25-year-old Brooklyn-based bartender and comedian simply need to fill out a profile and write an essay between 500 to 1,000 words about an accomplishment or event, formal or informal, that marked your transition from childhood to adulthood within your culture, community, or family. In return, Wolf promises to be the perfect partner for a woman seeking a serious relationship, which he defines as being able to lay on a couch together while wearing pajamas and watching Bob's Burgers. LOL. So far, Wolf has received more than 45 applications, including one all the way from India. Wolf is cautiously optimistic he might find lasting love from one of the applicants. Half seem real, a quarter seem very real, he told Elite Daily. Since Wolf is a known comedian who contributes to jokes on the Weekend Update segment on Saturday Night Live, you're forgiven you're not sure he's serious. Neither is he. People ask me, are you serious? Is this a joke? And my only response is, I'm not even sure, Wolf told Mashable. There's a part of me that's hoping someone is going to get this 100% and won't catfish me, and then I'll ask him out on a date. Any lady interested in dating this stud? Do it. Just find his tab and give it to him. Now time for our commercial break.
If you think there are way too many profiles on every online dating site, you're not alone, even though you are. Hi, I'm Brandon Scott Wolf, founder of DateBrandonScottWolf.com, the #1 online dating site for Brandon Scott Wolf. But who is Brandon Scott Wolf? Great question. I'm a college-educated 25-year-old bartender who lives in New York City, and I'm looking for a girlfriend who's easygoing, honest, and someone who can make me laugh. For more information about me, read my profile. It's the only one on the site. Go on, read it. Please pause the video, read my bio, and then press play to resume. I'm glad you read my bio and pressed play to resume. Now that you know that my perfect date includes talking about the movie we just saw while sharing a piece of pie at a diner, all you have to do is submit a recent photo of yourself and take a free online personality test. The questions are fun, simple, and fun, and will give me the opportunity to learn a little bit more about you. If I like the answers you provided, then I will personally ask you out on a date. If that goes well, expect hand-holding, homemade pasta dinners, and having someone who actually listens. So sign up today and join the only online dating network that I trust. DateBrandonScottWolf.com.
Three winter storms are expected to impact parts of the South with snow and ice in a span of about a week. Now we are turning our eyes to a potential fourth winter storm for midweek, which is following right behind Winter Storm Quantum. Low pressure is expected to track near the Gulf Coast off to the southeast coast in response to an energetic upper-level system kicking out of the southwest. With significantly cold air in place, the low will help pull moisture northward across the south, resulting in snow for some locations, and a cold rain for others. Keep in mind that this forecast will likely change leading up to the event. On Wednesday, a wintry precipitation becomes more widespread and expands eastward through the day. In general, snow or a rain snow mixture is possible between I-20 and I-40 from northeast Texas, southern Arkansas, and northern Louisiana to northern Mississippi, northern Alabama, northern Georgia, southern Tennessee, upstate South Carolina, and eventually North Carolina. Thursday, snow or a rain and snow mixture continues from northern Alabama and northern Georgia to upstate South Carolina and North Carolina. Depending on how far north the moisture reaches, snow could also move into southern Virginia. Now time for some testosterone-filled, action-packed news from Nick's Sports Corner. Alex Rodriguez, the three-time American League MVP, World Series champion, all-time great, and disgraced performance-enhancing drug user has officially returned to the Yankee spring training complex. After originally expecting to arrive later in the way, Rodriguez threw fans a swerve by showing up Monday afternoon for a physical. Now the fun begins in Tampa, Florida. Will Rodriguez be healthy enough to play? Can he be a productive player for manager Joe Girardi? Is he good enough to make the opening day roster? Will he talk about his year-long suspension and performance-enhancing drug use? Who knows if A-Rod and the Yankees will bulge well this year? I'd like to see him rise back into the World Series. Let the record show that Byron Jones was no more or no less humble than he's always been. The former UConn cornerback and captain from New Britain set the record in the broad jump at the NFL Combine with what is believed to be a world record leap of 12 feet, 3 inches at Lucas Oil Stadium in Indianapolis. The world record was 12 feet, 2 inches set by Norwegian Arne Tiervåg in 1968. The broad jump, also called the standing long jump, is rarely performed these days and hasn't been an Olympic event for about 100 years, so it's hard to find reliable records for it. But Tiervåg is largely regarded as the record holder. Buffalo Bills wide receiver Marquise Goodwin, who was a two-time NCAA champion in the long jump for Texas and qualified for the 2012 Olympics, broad jumped 11 feet 0 inches at the 2013 Combine, making Jones' leap seem more impressive. NFL personnel who also saw Jones' record 44.5-inch vertical leap, a half-inch off the record set at the Combine last year, will have some memories that likely will not be short-lived, as Jones, who was trying to improve his shot in the NFL Draft April 30th to May 2nd, may become the talk of the Combine. Kansas City Chiefs general manager John Dorsey, a former UConn standout who played for the Packers, is delighted for Jones. Even before his workout, the analysis of Jones' 6'1", 199 pounds on NFL.com said he was an instinctive quarterback with good size and adequate speed. He has the ball skills and anticipation needed for the position. Jones being an awesome athlete is not surprising. That's a reputation he brought to UConn from St. Paul Bristol, and that's still the reputation after UConn. His senior season was cut short by a shoulder injury, and he had concerns about how much he could do to coming into the Combine. Jones didn't compete in the bench press, which was not a surprise considering he had a shoulder surgery on October 28th, and he hadn't run the 40-yard dash consistently enough for him to try it in Indy. Well, that's all the time we have on this show. So listen next time on the Nick DeLeon Show.